We were summoned to a basement in off Tottenham Court Road, and if I remember rightly, with a whole load of people there. Half of them were Macs and half of them were guys.
Do you know how I remember it? I remember it turning up and going into a church hall where Steve Mangan was holding forth in a series of improvisations, from which a queue of troubled, tragic and defeated actors had left the room, having not been able to get a word in edgeways. It was like there was a whole series of piles of sand where little actors had been buried under the weight of his improvisation. And all I managed to do by chance was just... I was buried by him, but I managed to just get a little flag up through the top there, just get a couple of little words in, a couple of little comebacks. And that was just enough for them to say, you know what, maybe these guys might be able to do something together after all.
Yeah, you turn up to rehearsals on the day and you often say, that's, you know, I've thought of a better line for this moment. Or, so lines will go in, but, you know, it's written. The idea that it's mostly improvised isn't right. There's a team of incredibly talented writers beavering away for months on end on very little money and very little food.
I asked the waiter to X-ray neurology quite a few times. Not many mistaken identities happen, but we do often laugh to ourselves, don't we, Steve, about how awful it would be if you were in a hospital and you did suffer some form of collapse and you looked up only to see us two leaning over you saying, really sorry, we're not actually real doctors.
I could tell you a joke.
Yeah.
That would help. That was hard to deal with.
Because we were all dressed pretty normally.
Yeah.
And then she came tottering around the corner with a massive ham. That was quite...
In fact, that lift scene at the beginning of the first episode, we couldn't keep it together at all. Because we very rarely, all of us, are in one place at the same time. And we were stuck in a small lift with Michelle wearing a ham. Oh yeah. We did a scene where I go up to Sue White and ask her what she's eating, and she says it's special, and so I have a bit, and it turns out to be sushi, umbilical sushi. But they made up, it was with pig skin, and it was full of, I can't remember now, the stuff that was in it. I ate a bit, and manfully, this is how tough actors are. I carried on with the take, despite feeling a bit queasy. But then I was sick.
You were sick?
Ruined the take. The weirdest thing I've been asked to do on Green Wing is wear that short dressing gown from Series 1. That's even weirder than being asked to sleep with my mother. Actually, no, it's not.
That was probably quite
That was the weirdest.
Yeah.
Not real mother, obviously, Pippa Hayward, who plays my mother.
I was probably riding my motorcycle naked down a hospital corridor, which in itself wasn't too strange. More strange was the fact that, for reasons to do with the filming and the sound, at various points the engine had to be switched off, and so there were actually groups of 4 or 5 men on either side of my projected course who were pushing and then catching me as I arrived naked on my motorcycle.
Which doesn't bear thinking about,
which was quite...
some people really earn their money.
I certainly, the props guys didn't really think that was going to be in their contract.
And the weirdest thing that you've ever been asked to do, been made to dye your dark brown hair ginger.
Yeah, well, there was that, of course.
It's actually quite dark. It's got the same colour hair as me.
Those natural Italian curls.
Don't touch me.